Welcome to the Hall of Heroes.
On August 22nd comes an unprecedented global fan event.
Hello, everybody. It's all DC all the time. DC Fandome is unlike anything you've ever seen before. I'm actually standing inside a stage that Jim Lee himself drew. How incredibly cool is that?
That's crazy, right?
This worldwide mega event is for DC fans across the globe.
Ça va, DC Fandome?
Hola, mi gente.
Guten Tag, meine Freunde.
We've got exclusive footage, insider info, the latest DC news, and huge announcements.
You know what I'm talking about.
There was no way that I could come here and not bring a look at the movie.
Yes. There's so much cool content to look at.
That was a really special episode.
Designed just for you, the absolute DC fan.
It's amazing. Whoop, whoop.
There's something that I can show you.
Exclusive content!
Stuff that seems impossible ends up becoming possible.
I am beyond excited to be sharing this moment with you guys.
Awesome.
Hang on tight, because we are about to whisk you around the DC Fandome. Are you guys ready? Let's get this thing started.
DC Fandome, Hall of Heroes. All fans welcome. 24 hours only. August 22nd. And there's only one place you can experience it, at DCFandome.com.
Hey, we back, guys. Man, this is crazy. I didn't even get a chance to go to the bathroom, man. I'm going to be like holding it in the whole time because I got to start the new stream and then, try to get some people to come back, make sure you guys get it because I don't know. So we're going to go right to it, guys. In 2 minutes, we have the multiverse / flash panel back to back. So we're going to get right to it. If you guys are wanting to come up, Mr. Jax, I already sent you the link. Drew, I already sent you the link. Hopefully I'll see you guys up here so you can enjoy this goodness. I want to see your reaction. I love Tony's reaction so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction. So here we go, guys. Let's get to the live stuff going on here. Looks like they're still chit-chatting here. Yeah, it looks like they're finishing up. So we're going to go ahead and get right to it.
Again, it's very
right there.
Well, as a
Let me just make sure I have everything to.
And that, again, is very liberating.
Well, as a fan myself, I cannot wait to see it. And I just wanted to share.
What would Sam?
It's not letting me know. It's not letting me do what I wanted to do. It's just like blocking. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go here. Or no. Go here. Sorry. Let's go ahead and put share screen. And bam. And bam. And share. And again, thank you guys if you're watching on the live stream or if you're watching on the replay. So let's get on with the awesome goodness, guys. Appreciate you. So let's get back to DC Fandome here on this side. Here we go. Let's go. We ready?
Already,
okay.
Batwoman kind of stands out because she doesn't technically have like a super power. Everything that she uses to fight bad guys is more of her intelligence and Luke and her physical strength. So I do look forward to seeing that or for playing in that perspective, like from a Ryan perspective, from like this street kid's perspective, from a person that saw these superheroes growing up. Because that was also really important for Ryan, to see Batwoman be an out lesbian and to have a superhero role model to look up to. And then now all of a sudden I'm filling those shoes. So to not only fill those shoes, but to play amongst the ones that have already been doing it, I think that that's going to be a lot for her. I'm sure it's going to be a culture shock for her, but I also think that it's really
again,
cool
guys. I apologize.
Really like
actually, no.
When that world meets,
I think you can't hear me.
The superhero
let me do all of this. Okay, so yeah, letting you guys know if it's cutting in and out, it's not me, guys. That is the actual live stream. Okay, here we go.
City. For nearly 60 years, DC has played with the intriguing concept of the multiverse. It allows multiple dimensions also exist at the same time, which means multiple versions of me could actually exist right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And not only that, on these other worlds, I could be a different gender, ethnicity, a villain, or even an alien. I wish I knew what kind of alien I would be. Maybe in this panel, I will find out.
Yeah, let's get some Flash action going.
The multiverse has been at the heart of DC almost from the very start. But the moment most fans think of is this one. In the Silver Age of comics, when the Flash met the Flash in 1961. In Flash of Two Worlds, DC created a story where the Flash would be Barry Allen and Jay Garrick at the very same time, and created the architecture that would allow DC to be expansive, inclusive in their storytelling and in their universe, and is the world that fans now know. And also laid the groundwork for the ambitious crossover event, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Crisis on Infinite Earths brought the DC multiverse to fans, bringing together DC superheroes and supervillains in a truly epic event. But this is not the first time DC has explored the multiverse, and trust me, it will not be the last time fans will see it, as DC is fully embracing this exciting creative concept and how it can open up endless opportunities for storytelling for our comic books, TV shows, film, and games creators. Here in the DC fandom, I am so excited to have our own crossover moment and talk about what the multiverse really is for DC, how it informs every story DC tells, and how fans can expect to see it on the page or on the screen moving forward. I'm Tiffany Smith, and I'm so excited to welcome our panelists here today. First up, we have got a legendary comic book artist in his own right. He is also the chief creative officer and publisher for DC, and he sits at the heart of everything DC does and is a master of the multiverse, Jim Lee.
Thank you.
Next up, he oversees DC's films, which run the gamut from The Joker to Aquaman, and has huge plans for where DC movies are about to go next. Walter Hamada, how you doing, sir?
Hello, I'm good. Great to be here.
And finally, one of the key architects of DC's Arrowverse and the amazing Crisis crossover event. He is executive producer of nearly a dozen fan-favorite DC shows like Batwoman, The Flash, Supergirl, Doom Patrol, Titans, and the upcoming Superman and Lois, and many more. It's Greg Berlanti. How are you?
Very good, very good. Great to be here.
Let's just kind of go to the top of it, and I'm going to go to you, Jim. What exactly is the DC multiverse for people who may not know?
Yeah, I think when people think about superheroes, they know the names, the costumes, the powers, the origins, and it kind of tends to be this sort of monolithic kind of thing. But one of the things that really is distinct and unique to DC is that it's the first large work of fiction that has leaned upon this idea that we are not alone. We have this reality, this earth, but that there are alternate realities that sit side by side with us, and the infinite number. And on each of these different earths, we exist, but maybe in slightly different variations, right? We might be different gender on another planet, or we might be furry creatures, and this extends to all the superheroes. So you start seeing this kind of endless spectrum of characters that you can create. And so it allows us to have the freedom and to create different versions and then lean upon that canon as we, change up the mythology and the pantheon of characters to better reflect the true diversity and inclusivity that our audiences want and that our audiences live in.
And you kind of touched on it already, Jim, but let's go to you, Greg. How do you feel like the multiverse really informs the stories that you tell through DC TV?
I would say that when we started out just with Arrow, 8-9 years ago now, it wasn't our intention to replicate what everyone had done.
Don't know why I paused, guys.
So brilliantly in comics.
There we go.
And it wasn't until The Flash came along and we tried in the pilot of The Flash to put the two of them on screen together that I remember watching that first scene.
And you defeated him. If you think so highly of yourself,
That's not me, guys. Getting it right back. There you go.
How do you feel about us?
And like you said, it wasn't, you were really thinking at the outset about getting to this place of Crisis on Infinite Earths and seeing all of that. Can you talk to us a little bit about just leading up to that and everything that happened before, and maybe like when you got to the point where you're like, yeah, this is something we
Drive me crazy. Just letting you guys know, I had to get me something to eat. All this coffee, and this actually coffee works, man, because I'm all jittery now, which I don't like that feeling. So I may not get this coffee again, but or maybe I'm drinking too much of it. I don't know, because I don't usually drink coffee. I like it once in a great while, you know, if I go to Starbucks or whatnot. So, anyways, let's get back to it. Let's watch these guys. It's great. I just want to let you guys know I got me a little snacky snack. So let's do it.
You know, just building block by block, and truly in the last couple of years, and again in working with Walter and with Jim, it's really it's kind of taken a whole new level. We never thought we'd even be allowed to do Crisis, you know, like that was a pipe dream. We just kind of kept finding new ways to get all of our characters together, and then you know, the year before we did Crisis, we said, well, what if we just say coming next year, Crisis, you know? And everyone was like, okay, yeah, you can say that. Well, I was like, well, I guess they've approved it then now. And that it was really epic. I mean, there were just so many, obviously, you know, so many Easter eggs and so many different little characters. But then, you know, the guys calling about saying that if we could we possibly fit in Ezra? Is that a possibility? That's really for the first time historically combining a TV character and a film character in that way. You know, I think it feels like the beginning of a whole new generation of how we can begin to do these things.
Pretty cool.
And that's just as a storyteller, that's really, really exciting.
Well, I feel like a kid in a candy store being like, we got Crisis on Infinite Earths, what's next? Can you talk a little bit about what's going to happen in the world post Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Well, we are, yes, because because certain worlds have been combined, we're mindful of that now, you know, in terms of how that will affect certain shows. And, you know, in terms of what our crossover event,
gotta love online
sort of
theming.
In that idea of the multiverse.
Whoa, what happened
he
there?
Immediately jumped on it, and then at that point it was just
huge cutoff. That wasn't me,
We were in a
guys.
meeting, I think it was Walter, me, Peter Roth was there. We kind of threw out this idea, and Peter was like, let me talk to Greg about this. And this was last minute too, right?
But we had shot the crossover.
Yeah, exactly. This is like right before the holidays.
We were editing, and then the first call was like, well, wait a second, can Flash also bring us back in time to do this? You know, because,
exactly.
That was crazy.
Yeah, so we're on the holidays. I knew that or down the wire, but I knew, you know, how meaningful this would be to the fans, just because Flash's meeting created the multiverse, that the fact that this had never been done before, and that this was new footage. A lot of the stuff, like Green Lantern, was kind of old footage. This is new stuff, and you know, we had to track down the costume for Ezra. Luckily, he still fit into it. And Peter, you know, spoke with Greg, and Greg graciously allowed us to do this at the last minute, very last minute. And Mark wrote dialogue at the last second, sent it over. It had to be kind of vague enough to not create too many expectations.
Gotta love the live. Yep, this cutting. It's cutting. Yeah, if you noticed, let's see, we're gonna hit the refresh button, see what happens. Something happened. Hey, when you're going with
Flash.
Yeah, see. Let me say I want to say millions of people watching this, it's gotta crash, guys. It's gotta crash.
I like your outfit. It seems freaking comfy. Yours is pretty cool. Smooth. Seems safe and breathable. I'm Barry Allen. No!
I lost my mind when I saw that.
What does that mean? How can
Lost it.
It should be impossible now. It should be impossible now? You don't know about the... Oh my God, don't do this to me. I don't know about the what.
Well, I gotta talk about that, Greg, because I know just the crossover events are such a big to-do anyway, getting all of the actors from all of the shows and the sets and everything working together at the same pace and timing, and then now throwing in the film piece as well. I feel like all of you guys, just from talking to you and, you know, knowing you a little bit, that you're huge fans. You're like, we'll do anything to make it work. But what was that moment like for you?
Well, I was honestly, I really do experience these shows just as a fan first. And so when I heard it, you know, I just thought I would want to see that. You know, I would want to see that, let alone be a part of it. You know, and whenever anybody in this business is doing stuff from that place of like, you know, how can we make this thing the best it can be, and how can we deliver something to everybody and that, you know, understands and loves these characters as much as we do, you know, then the impossible stuff that seems impossible ends up becoming possible.
I think up to this point, we were the company was just organized in a way where TV was TV and film was film, and oftentimes DC and Jim was sort of the arbiter of like, hey, they want to use this character, using this character, and it became this like really weird situation where the fans they love the character, so you just want to see the characters, and this sort of opens the door for us to do more crossover, to really lean into this idea and just acknowledge the fact that there can be a Flash on TV and one in the movies, and you don't have to pick one or the other. You can love both, and they do both exist in this great multiverse. And
yeah, I agree with that.
I think that moving
forward,
both. There's more opportunities
I love
for us
them
to
both.
do
I
things
actually
like
like
this. And really,
Grant Gustin, and I
at
also
the end of the day,
like
it's about the fans.
Ezra
And
Miller
the fans
right now.
want to see it, and it gives us a way to
like them both. Like
sort
them
of
both.
explore maybe some different stories and different ideas, and use the medium in a different way than it's been used thus far.
We can just dive in a little bit more into the DC films. Walter, for you, what does the multiverse really mean?
What the multiverse allows you to do is sort of lean into this idea of you can tell just great stories, and you don't have to really be as focused on it has to fit within a singular continuity. On one Earth, we have our Gal and Jason and Ezra version of the Justice League, and we can continue telling those stories, while on a separate Earth, we don't have to worry about the continuity, we can have a more grounded, real year 2 Batman and build out that world.
Better keep talking. I don't know what's going on with that, but
and not really worry about continuity, story elements, and et cetera. And so it's really kind of the best of both worlds and allows us to take advantage of everything that's great about what we've done and really allow us to sort of expand moving forward. And we're trying to keep it as simple as that. Like there is that one Earth, the greater Earth of sort of this existing Justice League, and then the beginnings of another Earth that is sort of happening in its early stages of year 2 Batman. And then obviously there are outliers like Joker, which doesn't exist in either Earth, but that's okay. It's all part of the multiverse. Matt Reeves can continue to build out his Gotham, and he's got great plans to how to build.
Don't know what happened, guys, but we're refreshing it. I'm getting me some water because that coffee made me crazy.
The multiverse. Every existence multiplied by possibility. And spread out before space and time in infinite measure.
That's some Ryan Reynolds action right there.
And fell. And rose again across reality's grasping expanse. Life. A precious gift. Persevering in the face of every obstacle.
There's my boy Brandon Routh, y'all. Yeah, with that Superman Kryptonite pose.
The age of heroes was born.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, the next question is for you from Sumik Day in India. Will we get more multiverse movies or even Elseworlds movies like Superman, Red Sun?
Whoa, they going, man, I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm hitting all kinds of stuff. I apologize, guys. Putting myself back into the groove. There you go.
It's the possibilities there. It's not, it really comes down to, like I said, our focus is great stories. And so
sorry about that, guys.
The right filmmaker with an interesting story that doesn't work within our existing timeline, and it would work as an Elseworld, we would definitely explore it. I can say we're not currently developing Red Sun, so that isn't one of them, but it really comes down to when the right filmmaker or the right idea comes together. That's the beauty of multiverses. We can explore it. We can go down the road and take a shot at it. But it
had to get me some water because that that coffee, man, I am like getting ready to bounce off the walls and maybe join Ezra Miller in the Speed Force because I am too much coffee. Got me some agua, some water. Let's get back into this. Let's get back into this action.
With such a large.
And there it goes, buffered again. This is tough. I mean, we get it. Millions of people watching around the world. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So it's not just me. I think everybody's experiencing this. So it's not just me. Sorry for picking my teeth in front of y'all. Yeah, it's gonna ask to refresh again. I already know. I'm just waiting for the button. Just waiting for the button. Yeah. It looks like my man with the glasses looks like at this moment in time, like whatever. And of course, the other, I told you, here it is. And the other one, the only one that looked happy was the guy on the bottom right. Oh, man. Let's see where it's going to pop up now.
A story
Here we go.
Kind of derived from the canon. It is an amazing thing, and the fact that they've been able to do it but year in, year out with different kind of crossovers and big events.
I can see why they pre-recorded these in some degree because
DC universe, and has kind of shown that.
Could you imagine if they were all doing this live, even more technical issues?
The storylines and where the characters are and how they're being used, but that's part of the job, and a lot of.
I just hope for the Snyder cut, this does not happen. I will be saddened. But that's okay. Or the Batman. The Suicide Squad. I don't want any of that to happen. Yeah, see, it's got to refresh again. Ladies and gentlemen in the live, this is not me. I'm going to type it as well. This is not me. It's DC Live. There you go. Make sure I put that out there for the world to see. Here's the refresh button again. Bam. Let's see where it takes us.
We're all really trying to serve.
I think in the past there's been like, well, features might do something with that, so stay away from it. It could be years before that character ever showed up on the screen, if it even showed up on the screen, you know. And it was clear to us, like, it doesn't make sense to hold that back from the fans. Let's explore that. And by the way, if they fall in love with the character in TV and we do something in the movies 3 years down the road, all the better. Like, it's just a greater awareness for the characters.
I like that. I like what he just said.
Our board is much smaller because we have fewer things that we're working on. We have, you know, within a movie, it's 120 pages and there's a handful of characters, whereas in TV, there's a bunch of other characters that pop up. So it's a little bit more straightforward for us. I think really Jim is the great sort of, he's the center of everything. So he has to know everything that we're doing in features, everything that's happening in TV, and everything funnels to him. And I think that's great that we have this guy who sort of knows the world better than anybody, who can sort of look at it and kind of go and come up and say, wouldn't it be great if Ezra showed up when Met Grant did? Like, you don't get that without Jim sort of being sort of at the center of all this. And so it's I think it's just a great collaborative team, and it's really just the beginning of what we're doing here. I think with just the stuff that we're working on now, the idea of the multiverse, and really HBO Max being this other venue for us to really start to meet in the middle. I think if there was that sense that TV was TV and film was film, Max sort of becomes this place where we you know, it's like, it'll be our clubhouse. Well, everything will gather into that space, and we'll be able to explore different opportunities and cross back over. And I'm excited about the potential of all the things that we can do with DC in the multiverse.
Awesome. Well, I want to say a huge thank you to the three of you guys for taking the time to chat with me and all of the fans here in the DC Fandome. This is such, like, we're talking about different platforms for things, and this is a whole new platform for fans to get to experience the DC multiverse as well. So thank you guys so much. This has been awesome.
So basically know that they're going to be crossing over a lot from the TV and movies back to back. So it's going to be pretty amazing. All right, guys, here it goes. The Flash panel. It is time. Yeah. DC fan.
The future certainly looks bright for the DC multiverse. I'm still not sure what I will look like on Earth 26, but I can't wait to meet me there. Now, if you're a big DC fan like me, then I'm willing to bet that you cannot wait for the Flash feature film to electrify the big screen. The good news is that you don't have to wait that long, because we are going right now with the filmmakers and the Flash himself, Ezra Miller.
There you go. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, man.
Hello, fans around the world.
Whoa.
It's me, Ezra Miller.
Can you just move out your hair on the left side a little bit?
You don't like this? I'm Andy Muschietti, director of the Flash movie.
I'm Christina Hodson, the screenwriter of The Flash. I haven't spoken to humans in a while, so I'm going to be rusty.
I'm Barbara Muschietti, the producer of the Flash movie.
I play Barry Allen, aka the Flash, in the upcoming Flash movie. And I love you, and I'm excited to be here digitally with you.
I don't like
Flash
the
fact,
cut.
if you go to the bottom of Andy Muschietti's Wikipedia or IMDb page, you'll see that he actually has a PA credit on the 1996 Madonna movie Evita. Must ask you more about that, Andy.
Telling the story of one of the greatest superheroes of the DC world. There's a challenge. The most important thing is that it gets to your heart. Growing up with Batman and Superman and Flash,
I don't think it's going to make a difference.
there
Let me
was an
see.
opportunity to reconnect with childhood experiences reading DC Comics.
Flash fact, DC Comics actually stands for Detective Comics.
Yeah, see, it's not. It doesn't matter if I have full
Very
screen or not.
much
So we're gonna put it back full screen.
Signature.
He can jump. From funny to scary to emotional really fast.
And it's also a time travel story, which I find very exciting.
Andy managed to put these tiny little DC Easter eggs into the It movie.
I like your glasses, Mr. Kane. You.
Why? Oh my goodness! No! 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 They were giving some cool Easter egg stuff, and now we ain't gonna see it. Man, it's gonna refresh again. Guys, I apologize. This is not me. This is DC Fandom Live. Like I said, I believe it's happening for everyone because millions of people are watching this all over the world. And we're still at that technology of life where we can't get it there yet. But leaps and bounds, man. Leaps and bounds. Yeah, I'm waiting for the refresh button because it's already, yeah. Oh, man, this sucks. Oh man, this sucks. Yeah, man. I can't fix it. I can't. The only thing I could do is refresh the page. Let me refresh the page and see what happens. I really doubt it's gonna do anything. I'm going to take out that one. I'm going to take out that one. I'm going to take out this one. There you go. Oh, this is horrible. We already. What did it say? You can't what? Oh man, let me. I'm afraid to hit this, but I'm gonna have to do it because it's something's weird's happening. Okay, let's just start fresh. DC Live, DCFandom.com, live. There it is. Okay. Okay. Oh man. Of course, they're gonna show that there.
You don't know about the...
Oh my God, don't do this to me. I don't know about the what.
The cinematic multiverse is going to be born out of this movie. It's born out of Barry's story.
It blows our minds. The levels of possibility that exist within the context of this character in this story.
I can't wait for all of us to be able to sit down in a theater and enjoy these movies in the dark with a lot of people and with great snacks.
Okay, sneak peek.
So
Come on.
obviously, I don't want to spoil too much of the movie. I want you to be surprised when you see it. There's something that I can show you, a little sneak peek.
Break it down.
Oh my God. Nope, sorry. That's my fault. It was an accident.
Andrew, I see you. I'm
personal,
gonna get you as soon as this is
but
done.
it might, yeah, that might.
I don't
want
want to miss this.
Back to you, Andy.
So I'd like to share a couple of concept art drawings, and it's Barry Allen's new suit.
Oh, we got a new suit. New suit.
As you can see, it's more organic. You can see light embedded in it. It has been built by his friend Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Oh
snap!
The first ever Batman movie is actually an unlicensed Batman Dracula movie made by Andy Warhol with a soundtrack by the Velvet Underground. It's unreleased, but there's 39 minutes that have been recovered, and I highly recommend watching them. They're extremely strange.
There are so many potential crossovers in the multiverse, so many cool things that you could do.
I would really love them to do a two-hander with Wonder Woman. I think they would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Game of Thrones crossover. Instead of all the months that it takes traveling from Winterfell to King's Landing, it would happen.
Yeah, that'd be
in
cool.
2 seconds. Barry Allen in the Iron Throne.
I actually already have a weird behind-the-scenes DC multiverse crossover. My best friend growing up is Rob Pattinson's older sister.
Oh wow, that's
so
cool.
I've actually known the new Batman since he was 2 years old and in diapers.
I would like the Flash to meet in the multiverse Nicolas Cage, not the Nicolas Cage Superman that never was.
Oh my goodness.
I want the Flash to meet Nicolas Cage, the person in this world.
Oh, let's cut it
who
out.
I believe probably.
All right, I'm gonna get my boy Andrew up here.
Does have the ability.
Oh,
to
everybody's up
transcend
here.
space-time.
All right, here we go. We're gonna bring them
It's a
up.
real.
Drew is in the house. Jack is in the house. Cody's in the house. Oh, for some matter stuff. Everybody showed up like the Justice League. What's
I'm
up,
on live.
folks? Let's do it. Come on. It's good in and out a lot, guys. I apologize. It's not my fault.
What's up, fellas? What's up, Alan?
Like I said, DC Live it's cutting in and out, guys. It's cutting in and out.
No, there are several flashes. Wally West, Dick Garrick, Bart Allen.
Here we go.
You
The
kind of doing
refresh
the best I
button.
can. Watch along on my phone too.
Me too, guys.
Isn't working to.
The buffering is real, y'all.
I'm patching it into you now.
What's up, guys?
Is that you? Clearly, that's not me, Terry. But apparently, it's what passes for me on this earth. Whoa! Who's the dweeb?
We went
That
back
would
to the
be
60s.
Robin's counterpart.
No way. That's the Joker?
That's not the Joker. It's a Joker.
I don't know, Bruce. Your friend with the Liberty Bell hair said the Joker.
No matter which universe he's from, he's a vicious and deadly psychotic.
He's throwing fish at you right now.
One thing for sure, this Joker could up his thug recruitment game.
Yeah, pick up a fish and start tossing already. Slacker. Wait, is he stealing?
Hey, Drew, has this been doing this on your end?
Buffering.
Watching?
Watching you, yeah, it's been buffering, but when I'm watching on my phone, I can see it streaming just fine.
Hey,
not an issue because I know I know other people are texting me and saying not just on mine, but on the actual live.
Taking
doing it too
forever to get the
on
iron
some
on that
things.
symbol. That's right.
Terry.
That's crazy.
No, so far on my phone, I watched that Flash panel that just happened. I'm watching that Batman 66. It's streaming just fine right now. No delay, no lag.
All right.
Don't let them catch you from behind.
What an odd thing.
Yeah, because I'm using what they said. I'm using the Moxzilla. I'm using that internet. They said that's the best one to use.
Hey, Bruce, I just noticed something about your collar.
Again.
I wonder if it has anything to do with my 5G.
What is it?
It might be, but that's because you have your phone
Brows
5G.
painted
Yeah, I'm not
on.
using my
Don't
phone
be.
5G.
Oh, yeah, they are.
You know, my great
So what'd you guys think about the Wonder Woman panel, the Wonder Woman trailer?
totally
Man, that Wonder Woman panel
works for on film.
and to see Linda Carter in there and to see
Now what's going on?
and
Where's
to see
this?
the trailer,
I'm
it
not
was
sure.
amazing. And I'm super
whatever
excited
it
to
is,
see the
it must
movie
be
now,
good.
even more than what it was
Joker
before.
could really
What about you, Jax and Tony?
to run a
That
comb.
trailer.
We've been waiting for months, man. This is the first time in cinematic history there's nothing being released in movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah.
boy.
yeah.
Messing up the timeline.
Not forget we're wearing elf shoes.
We
and
need the Flash to
sport
come
hose.
back
Seriously,
and
the timeline.
yeah, we need the Flash to come back and restart all
Who
this
is
so we
he
can
even
see it.
shushing at this point?
Jax, did you see the Wonder Woman trailer?
What's
I
with
have. I'm excited.
the
Yeah,
57
yeah.
random telescopes
Yeah,
flying
I
around?
do
for no
plan
reason?
on doing a trailer reactions for every single trailer that comes out today. So
It really is quite.
That was
insane.
actually really super cool to finally see Cheetah. That's what I've been waiting for. I've seen like the
Yeah, it's like
the
3 different
stuff on
versions.
the toys and the Funko Pops.
Mustache.
To see the Cheetah was so cool finally.
yeah, to see it live action really happening.
I would have gotten out of
That
this
was
in
really
two
cool. Yeah. I
seconds.
can't
Phillips
wait
could
to
have gotten out
see
of this in 2
how
seconds.
Steve
By the
Trevor
way,
comes
Bruce,
back.
what do you feed
That's my
paper
biggest
mache?
thing is seeing how he's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, be nice, Venus. Robin.
Well, yeah, I mean, based
I'll tell you right
based
now,
on
I used to
trailers, I'm kind of
rob
assuming it has
a
something
original
to do
Batman
with.
'89 fanny pack. So that was hilarious to me.
Yeah, I
You
gotta
know when
get
Batman
the
Keaton came out, I had the little foldy hat, I had the flip hat, the fanny pack. Oh, it was great times.
Pardon
Just
me.
came out at Universal Studios or something, like the stunt show. Oh,
Yeah. That's crazy. That's
Are
crazy.
you guys gamers? Did you watch that the Gotham Knights trailer? The Gotham Knights gameplay?
oh.
Is that what that's called? Is it called the Gotham Knights? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I just before when I was sitting backstage, I was watching the trailer. I guess it takes place after Bruce Wayne dies, so you play as the other characters, the Robins, the Red Hood, the Batgirl.
I wonder.
So yeah,
I wonder,
that's a game that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually, I'm not really a
Okay,
gamer.
I have questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a gamer, but I will say that I do like playing some of the games, and this is one game I definitely would buy, especially if it's with the PS5. The graphics is going to be insane. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see.
Great sense of humor. Okay, devoted fans.
I believe the next panel right now, guys, is the Suicide Squad panel.
Let's take a look at some of the best group cosplays.
Oh, finally, cool.
Coming up is a showdown like you've never seen before. Stay tuned for lots of fun and games with the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
This should be a good panel because it has like everybody in the cast.
Yeah, I'm hoping they show a little something. I don't think they will, but they might.
I'm pretty sure they'll show a trailer because James Gunn has been like tweeting, Instagramming. The movie's pretty much done, ready to go.
Let's go, man.
So I'm sure we'll see a trailer.
I think DC just held their cards and said, you know what, we're going to let it all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, no Comic-Con this year. No, like, New York Comic-Con. No other smaller...
Right. I just think a lot of people thought that DC doesn't have a plan. And so I like that that DC, I believe, has a plan now and is about to rock everybody's world.
Polaris.
Oh, this guy, these guys again.
And the big triangle thing.
Oh, man. I see Jax, you dying in here.
What is this?
It's like a little mini cartoon. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Even though we are in the Hall of Heroes, I know that if I was ever in trouble, I would call the next group to help me out. As you know, director James Gunn announced in February that filming had wrapped for the Suicide Squad. And right now, he's taken a break from the edit bay to be here with us to discuss his vision for the film, answer fan questions, and have some insanely crazy fun with the cast. And, of course, share some never before seen content with us. Check it out.
This is amazing. I'm so excited to be here.
There he is.
Yeah, we got to see the trailer.
FANDOME with all the amazing DC fans. As many of you know, the Suicide Squad is by far the most fun I've ever had making a movie. I am still working hard on it every day from morning until night, but we're having a great time creating something incredibly special for people. And I'd like to take this break now to take some questions from you guys.
Hey, James, when was the first time you ever read Suicide Squad as a comic book? And who was your favorite character?
I read John Ostrander's original run of Suicide Squad. So I remember reading the very first issue of that run. And
we had a Conor McGregor
concept with the character
cameo right there.
I loved the movie The Dirty Dozen that came out back in the 60s. And this was like a super villain version of the Dirty Dozen. And I loved the character of Amanda Waller, who was so different for the time.
Hey guys, I keep watching. I just saw something slithering in my ground. I gotta check to see what this is, guys. I got animals now. That's crazy.
Kind of bad.
Now I'm gonna watch you. I'll watch you see.
Everybody else you saw in comic books, and I just thought she was so cool. And of course,
gonna watch you jump.
And Boomer and everybody, and just had a great time reading it.
And I'm a brand new direction. And as a writer, that's a really fun thing to do. Take you to places where you don't know you're going to go. So a lot of it was me writing for Harley, and a lot of it was Harley doing some of the writing.
We're gonna see him running back and forth across the screen. Screaming.
Paul Dini animated shows, I think that there's.
I see your brand.
Nature to her where she's always going off in random directions. As a writer, that's a really fun thing. She takes you in places where you just don't.
As in any film ever.
So a lot of it was
The guy who did all of our special effects on it, who's done almost all of the Marvel movies.
Hey, I'm Jay from State Farm, and setting aside the massive amount of damage that you have the squad rack up in that one scene. You confirm the number of crashes and explosions? You know, ask them.
Hey, Jake, I can't confirm the exact amount of explosions and crashes, but I will say that we have about as many explosions and crashes in this film as in any film.
I said, I don't think about it so much.
The guy who did all of our special effects on this, Dan Sudik, who's done almost all of the Marvel movies, great movies.
You're right, Alan.
In this film,
Still with us?
those movies he's done combined. So we have quite a huge special effect explosion extravaganza for you guys.
You said Ostrander's run was influential, but what else inspired you to feature these under the radar characters?
That is an amazing question to answer because I actually had a long talk with John Ostrander about this because he came to the set. And I said, I don't think of this movie so much as an adaptation of your comics.
Man, I can't find it.
Movie as a sequel to your comics you run in the comic books. What would John Ostrander be doing with these characters? If it was 30 years.
I need the Suicide Squad to help me out, man, because
so
I don't do
think
good
that
with
has the
slithering things on the floor.
The lifeblood of the Ostrander book, but I also like to continuously take in new supervillains, other supervillains who have sometimes been in the Suicide Hey, Milan.
Playing javelin.
Playing javelin. This is exactly javelin, man. But in mere moments, we are going to see who flew playing in the film.
Do we get a trailer?
Hearing a little doubles.
I'll give you a hint. And one of them you got pretty correct. And there's a lot of people all over the internet who have theories about who people are playing. Sometimes they've been right, and sometimes they've been wrong. And so I guess we're going to answer all those questions in a minute. But I will tell you one thing.
You good, Alan?
Borg is the funniest guy
I got my
in the
eyes
entire world.
everywhere right now.
Incredibly strange. But good friends
This
who are
is so
listening.
crazy.
In all my movies, he's great.
Put your shoes on. Watch your toes.
You guys have been waiting.
I know, huh?
Who is who in the squad? You've heard of
Let's go.
a lot of the actors that are in this movie. You don't know who they're playing. Maybe you have some good guesses. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. We'll have to see. But here it is. Everything.
You know the deal. Successfully complete mission. We got 10 minutes off your 10 minutes.
I'm glad they're not starting completely over. Because I kind of like the original Suicide Squad. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of bummed they didn't bring back Katana, though.
That's okay. They might. Because some of these guys, I heard they're going to die off quick. There you go. Yeah.
Oh. You got the outfit.
Polka dot man.
Polka dot man.
Cut man, hell yeah.
I wonder who John Cena's playing. Idris Elba. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Is that John Cena? Is that John Cena?
King
Who
Shark.
is it? Oh, they're not.
Oh.
No, King Shark is Steve Agee.
Okay. Who is John Cena playing?
Interesting. Thinker. What?
Is that John Cena? Nope. That's Pete Davidson.
Black Guardian. TDK. He's got a crazy cast of characters. What?
Well, half these guys are dying in the first section of not the first person. There's John Cena. He's playing who? Peacemaker. Okay.
I like that they got Boomerang back though.
Yeah, they got some guy. Okay, I know a little bit more on the story of what's supposedly happening.
Here we go. We are introducing the cast and the characters they're playing of the Suicide Squad. First of all, we have
I felt something on my foot, guys. That wasn't cool. There you go. You can't see me, boy.
as Polka Dot Man. Guy Courtney as Captain
So Drew, what they're doing is kind of
Nathan
the guys from the original Suicide Squad. They're pretty much gonna stay alive, but they're using these newer characters to kind of make you feel like it's new, but it's gonna be a continuation from the old. If that makes sense. And so a lot of these characters are gonna be one-offs, but there's gonna be some that actually is gonna stay as well. I mean.
Michael Rooker, unfortunately, is Savant.
There you go.
I deal with the devil. Peter Capaldi as the Thinker. Sean Gunn is evil.
He's crazy.
King Shark.
Yes.
Okay.
That's cool. I like those images for their characters.
Yeah.
Luna.
It's really cool.
Great guy. Joel Kinnaman is, of course, Rick Flag.
There you go.
Davis is
AKA RoboCop.
And, of course, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Hey, there she is. Miss Cuteness herself.
Yeah, there's 18 characters. You know, half of them are dying in the first couple of minutes, maybe.
Maybe I think it's the second act they might die.
Well, we're going to have some fun here. We're going to have some competition, which is not fun unless there's somebody winning, somebody losing. And so I would like to have a couple.
This is a Suicide Squad sequel.
It only makes sense that we have the people in charge of the Suicide Squad.
We'll take my man Boomer, Jai Courtney.
All right.
Good choice. Good choice. She's cute. She's real cute. She's real cute.
I will take Flew Aboard, the Javelin.
I guarantee we will lose. Yes.
Adopt man.
Yes. I'm gonna have to grab the weasel.
Oh, good man.
Notice no one picked John Cena yet.
Is that everybody?
I'm out of names.
What about what's you made me feel really bad.
Oh, I guess they did pick Cena.
It's only feels like high school. Yeah, I did think of that.
Yeah,
Good idea.
Pick the thinker.
DK.
El
presidente.
Okay. What about Mongo?
Picked by Joel.
Yeah, thank you, Joel.
Hey, Tony, can Slithers climb?
Why don't you just get the dog on him? Summon the hound.
Alex is a lover, not a fighter, bro.
That went well.
But at least you'll see the ears woke up or something, you know? Or we'll see it.
And we're going to start off with the team captains. Let's do Joel and Viola. This is a good question.
Okay.
I know both of you know so much about the lore of DC Comics. It's a multiple choice, so you don't have to look terrible. Out of all the squad members, who are the only characters to have had their own comic series? There's two of them. And I'm going to list 4 options. A, Harley Quinn and King Shark. B, Harley Quinn and Amanda Waller. C, Harley Quinn and Peacemaker. Or D, Harley Quinn and Boomerang. Which two have had?
I want to say B. Harley Quinn and Amanda Waller, I think.
Harley Quinn and Peacemaker.
Oh, yes. Correct.
Which one was it?
Wow.
Even I knew that.
Hey, Drew, which one they say?
Man, it'd be awesome.
Peacemaker. Harley Quinn and Peacemaker.
Dang it.
Polka Dot Man.
I was wrong.
Jen?
Mr. Sean Gunn.
Weasel versus Polka Dot Man. Old friend.
Oh, I want a softball.
You have a special guest.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Hola. ¿Cómo están? How are you?
Oh, who's this?
Question. What
Who's on
career
that?
man probably wishes
Identified.
never followed in his
He
dad's
looks scary.
footsteps?
I would not want to be. If I was a female and that was my dad, I'd be scared to bring my boyfriend
I had Super Grover.
to her. To him. Let me phrase it to him.
It's not Super Grover.
Wrong, Sean.
Junior.
Wrong. Wrong canon.
Points for creativity.
Yeah, there's no multiple points. You just got to answer right away, and you have to have it be the right.
Leave it to
I'm
John
throwing trivia
Cena
against each
to
other.
have a full-on suit. Look at John Cena.
Harley Quinn.
The only one in the
Pete
full-on
Davidson.
suit.
Harley Quinn? No, they.
Pete, Margot gets another point.
I was thinking about his character. Oh, we were shooting.
They're just playing.
Language.
I want to see the trailer.
Yeah, I
I
know.
want to hear about the movie.
I know.
I want to hear about that movie.
Yeah, I know. They just having a little fun right now.
TDK.
What's the gun?
I'm not having fun because I'm trying to find this little slithering crap that I found earlier.
I thought it was the Suicide Squad.
Feel like something's watching you there, Alan?
Dude, I've never encountered this before, bro.
Task Force X.
This sucks. I don't want to die.
Paranoia?
Can't say that even if I
Dude, I don't want to become Snake Man. Or I don't want to become, Lizard Man. I don't want that action.
Can we go to like one of our secret guest questions?
Oh, that's a cute that's a cute dog, man. What kind of dog is that?
Team member.
He's a Boston Terrier.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Is that what you said, Steve?
I said.
What's the answer, Jen?
I would have to go with Savant because he's played by Michael Rooker. And if
Where'd she come
anyone
from?
here has ever had to spend a day
I don't know, but she's pretty.
working with Michael Rooker, I think we probably have the same answer.
Superman's weakness
always like that.
is kryptonite, and my weakness is women.
Most dangerous one first.
Just say
Yeah, I understand where the
pretty women. Let me rephrase
All right,
that.
we're gonna have Flula.
Latina
versus
women. Let me put it that way.
DC. Oh boy!
What'd you guys think about the first Suicide Squad?
I actually
Or
liked the
Suicide
first
Squad.
Suicide. I did like the
Superboy
first
number
Suicide Squad.
9
There was
in
obviously some.
1994. A manga.
We'll just turn the volumes a little bit, just for a second. But
they're just
I did like the first Suicide Squad. I know the issues it had with it, with everybody telling me certain things, and I totally agree. I think they stereotyped a lot of different characters as well. But with all that being said, I still enjoyed it. I think all the characters did really well for what they were given, and it was again nice to see a team up with all the guys you never see before on camera. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I know a lot of the stuff with different what do you call it? Like those putty guys, the bad guys, you know, that Enchantress, you know, and her doing the whole wiggly wobbly thing. You know what I mean? I mean, there's, like I said, I know a lot of different things. What's his name? Killer Croc. You know what I mean? Acting like BET, the Black Special. You know, I get it. But I enjoyed it. What about you, Tony?
You know, I didn't mind some of that. Like, I thought the chick did a great job. She was in like 4 different costumes and like 2 different like she did a lot. You know, people gave her shit because of something they did CGI, and it was just like, I don't get it. But it was okay. It probably could have been maybe like there could be some other cuts that maybe could have brought a little more intensity or action. But it had a lot of the stuff, a lot of the build, a lot of what's going on, and you know, like I didn't mind it. You know what I mean? It was a story. It was cool that they had the little Batman parts thrown in there with the flag.
Oh, that was awesome.
And,
that was so cool.
You know, kind of gave it a little bit of tie into the universe. So.
Yeah. Ben Affleck's Batman was awesome in that, and that's exciting. So, what about you, Drew? What did you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. First couple times I watched it, the more and more I did watch it, I ended up kind of like seeing more of the faults in it and like not enjoying it as much. But overall, it was a decent movie. Seeing those characters all together, like crazy cast of characters, was cool. Will Smith. The introduction of a live action Harley Quinn was pretty sweet. The Joker, it did leave me curious to like, I want to see more of what Leto can do.
Yeah, give that time.
But
I think they're gonna do that.
But it was just strange to have the introduction of a Joker without tied into the Batman. It was just odd to me.
Yeah.
And to not make him the main villain of the movie was like a big mistake.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the issue is, and that's the problem why I don't hate any film that comes out, because what happens is when people show the hate or discourage of a film or a TV show, then, you know, unfortunately money talks and things talk. So when they see something that's not good, they put on the brakes, and that's what sucks, because, you know, there were a lot of skeptical people on Jared Leto doing Joker, and so, you know, if they would have showed more love to, I believe, Jared
But that's
Leto,
a reflection of that's a reflection of the mantle of the Bat and the Joker. When there's so many so close, it gets a little diluted, and it's like a tough act to follow. And things like that. Like, you know, all those other Batmans coming up had decades in between them. The TV show in the '90s with Keaton, and that's what put the resonance of Christian Bale with his, you know, and stuff. And when you all of a sudden you just get a lot of them real close, and now people have like options and comparisons. And you can get lost. Maybe it might not be he was bad at it, but he's in a line with like like playing basketball and you're great at it, but you're in a line with Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and stuff. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's a tough act to follow being in here with some of these Jokers.
Well,
you know?
It's not just that. I think, and I agree with you on that too. But I just saying, you know, more than that. Like when a movie comes out, people literally, if they don't like it, people, if they don't like the actor, if they don't like certain things, they talk about it, they tweet about it. You had all these situations, so the studios are going to be like, well, you know what? Then we need to pull the plug, and that's what DC was doing a lot of. And I'm hoping that this time around they don't do that. They stick to the guns. Like for example, reason why we have the Snyder Cut 2 or 3, 4, whatever years later, you know, is, you know, people were finally stepping up and saying, hey, we want to see Zack's true vision, not what we saw. And so that's just one of many things, because look, there's TV shows that get canceled. There's, you know, and it's all because, or movies get canceled, and it's all because the people that showed their dislike or distaste of what they didn't want to see, or they thought they didn't want to see, or whatever that they say, that stops the series or season or who's playing a character. And the guys that do end up liking it miss out. Perfect example, Solo. I really enjoyed Solo. I wanted a Solo 2 movie with Alden Ehrenreich. And we're probably not going to get that now because, you know, everybody crapped on that movie, even though it was a decent, fun movie. Did you like Solo, Andy?
It was a decent movie. I didn't dislike it.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean?
It was hard for me at my age. It was hard to ingest it when you still got Harrison Ford alive and chilling. And it was like I'm still looking at Han Solo to me. You know what I mean? And it was like,
of course,
it was just tough.
No, of course. But see, for me, I took myself out of that, saying, you know what? This is a complete another version of Han. This is Han before we see Harrison Ford and Han. This is the young baby Han, if you want to call it that. And,
it just took me a second to ingest. Like you just killed him, and then like I don't know, it was weird. You kill off him in one movie, and then you give an origin.
I think it was the wrong timing for sure putting that out. But I'm using that example that there was a lot of people that just got upset at that movie and then didn't.
I am also
give it a shot. You know.
I was also offended when they made Rogue One. Because if they didn't make Rogue One and they stuck to making all the Star Warses, we would have had Carrie Fisher for all of them. So I have a piece of me that does not like them throwing this Star Wars movie in between all my real episodes that I grew up with. Big episode, because they did that to Rogue One.
Hold on,
and if
Tony,
they stuck to the timeline.
Hold on, T.
People.
Let's see what this is.
Behind the scenes. We got some behind the scenes.
I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
Whoa. That's cool.
There's no one better in the world to direct the Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
This looks so cool.
I was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with brilliance of James Gunn's characters and comedy.
You need your director to set the vibe.
Nice.
The Suicide Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty within most of them. Some of them are just pretty crappy through and through.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter how many people he needs to kill along the way.
Okay, I got it. Don't ever settle back like you think you know where this is going, because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense about what's about to happen next, James comes in.
Everyone's exploding.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough characters that unexpectedness can totally occur.
Massive graphic novel.
Keep you on your toes.
This looks incredible, man.
This is by far the biggest movie I've ever made.
I don't think.
Whoa, King Shark about to eat someone.
What to expect?
King Shark is a shark.
This has been truly the greatest, most exciting journey of.
No.
And next we have a very special DC fan guest with a question for Idris Elba. Gaël, mon fils, take it away.
That actually looks really amazing. Those behind the scenes look so cool.
Yeah. What kind of training did you do for your role in the Suicide Squad?
Okay, so hi, Gail, Idris.
So letting you know,
so
Drew
yes,
and Tony, what I'm going to do probably right after this, because Daughtry's going to come on, and I'm going to set the next stream for
basketball
for the next stream, because right after Daughtry is the Snyder Cut. And I would love for you guys to definitely be there and let's cover that, man. That's going to be crazy.
When I was training,
what time is that supposed to be at? Do you have a
For
time
sure,
on
gonna be
that?
there for Snyder Cut.
Yeah, let me. I'll look for you right now. I think it's 2:30, but let me just double check something really quickly.
General training package, which was more centered
let's
around
go here.
my kickboxing training.
2:30.
Circuits,
So our time
lots
would
of,
be
cardio work, a little bit of weight training to get those big
like
muscles up.
1:30 or something like that.
And
And
Yeah.
you know,
So-
essentially working on that.
So like I said,
particular
I'm
film,
only going to take
the work rate
about
was so
3
high.
to 4 minutes or less than that to cut out, you know, start the new stream and
on the job. So,
and then give you guys the links and jump right back on. So
Turns
All right.
out
Cool.
isn't
Rock and roll, man.
the only tennis
Yeah,
player
it's
who is
cool.
a massive
It's
DC
so cool.
fan. Now
Yeah,
let's
that was
check-
good. Snyder cut. Yeah, hit me up and let me know when that's going on, because I'm balancing a 7-year-old over here. I was playing Pac-Man and Galaga between the last set. So.
I got you, man.
There he is. There he is. That's you,
I
buddy.
got you.
So yeah, Rock. We were playing Pac-Man and Galaga and Dig Dug and stuff between the last sets. Now it's lunchtime.
To meet you. It's amazing. It's
Okay, I
funny
tell
because
you
here
what.
I am
Right
making
now
Wonder
it
Woman,
is
and
12:27.
I'm constantly inspired.
And I'm gonna look at
by
the
different Wonder Women in the
performance
world.
is
And
120.
you're like a quintessential.
This is the difference
one.
in time. So, hey Drew, what time is 120 our time? What is that?
I love your
Our
style
time.
more than anything.
Are they in the?
Thank
Where's this
you.
filmed at?
You about it? 'Cause I've got questions.
This is all based off the
So I
East
love-
Coast time zone, isn't it? So it's a 3-hour difference.
3 hours. Then.
So yeah. So
Now has come this
what
time
time
that
would
I get to make
120
the
be?
Wonder Woman film, but there are so many people like
That should have been
both of us
11:20 then.
Yeah.
10:20.
people
It
understood
should have
this.
been like already passed, like 10
Wow.
o'clock.
So they're running a little behind then.
You know what? No, because there's
Alright.
different channels. There's this Hall of Heroes where we're getting the main big things, the big events.
Yeah.
And there's other rooms you can go in to watch.
Oh, of course.
For me, I grew up on Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. Right?
So I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we
man.
back on Wonder Woman again.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
and
I
she
guess
could
we're
do
back on
anything,
Wonder Woman a little bit. So what I'm gonna
and
do,
she saved the
because I don't want to
world,
miss
and
anything, but I think right now we're on let's see how many hours we're on
that
this
for me
live
was
really
my
quickly. I'm
first
curious.
introduction to
One
Wonder
Hour
twenty-one.
21. Let's do this real quickly. I'm going to
We're
take
introduced
out
to
of the
Linda Carter as Wonder Woman.
DC fandom, and we're going to
on
hit
DC
that
Comics.
button there, and then we're going to come back to here and put us back on. And yeah, let's do
Yo,
that.
chew
And
your
then we're
food.
gonna do this.
Chew your food.
Cool. Hey guys, man, it's good to see Andrew. I like he's got his Wonder Woman, got his outfit. Batman, got my man Michael Keaton's Batman style in the back. Got that Fireline ENT logo that matches with your shirt. We didn't even make that. We didn't even coordinate. That's awesome, man. That's cool. If you guys noticed, if you look at the bottom here, it shows Green Lantern with a question mark. Of course, we know that's Ryan
Didn't
Reynolds.
notice that.
And then we got the Flash, we got Cyborg, Superman, Henry Cavill, my guy. We got Ben Affleck there. We got Wonder Woman. We got Aquaman, and of course Martian Manhunter, which I'm hoping they show today in the Snyder cut. Even with Green Lantern, I don't know. I'm just super excited. What besides the trailer are you looking to see happen, Drew, in the Snyder panel? What do you would like to see besides the trailer, which we know we're gonna get?
Something we didn't even hit up, but he revealed that Darkseid's actually in the movie. Like he released that still with Darkseid.
Oh yeah.
That little flashback sequence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to hear more about Darkseid being involved in the story is like,
yeah,
that's what I'm excited for.
Well, just know, and I don't know if it's a spoiler, but there was talks that at the end of the Josh Whedon, you saw, the mother box or the boom that was, saw Steppenwolf go up, and then all you see is like a cut to the helmet, where there's a whole scene where Steppenwolf goes up, and they see that, and I mean we see that, and then supposedly we see basically Darkseid kill Steppenwolf, like literally.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be so amazing to see that, man. Instead of just wondering, or like I said, this is going to be a dark film. Everybody think it's going to be this happy. No, this is supposed to be dark. And then I believe after this, 4-hour epicness goes down, then I believe the arc of everybody becoming a little more lighthearted, or things become a little bit more vibrant, I believe happens after this crazy destruction on Earth is going to happen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Snyder's original plan had Batman dying in the
yeah,
Justice League movies.
Yeah, and I believe that's still going to happen in some degree.
So I haven't followed too much on it, but there is. I know he's pushing Martian Manhunter maybe in this.
Well, the guy from Man of Steel is now really big spoiler now because they kind of put it out there a little bit that the guy from the black guy, one of the colonels, or one of the officers in the military,
General Lennox.
Yes, he's supposed to be the Martian Manhunter. He's supposed to be that character, but we never saw that because they didn't let Zach do his vision. You know,
they didn't go that direct. They didn't go down the path of that.
They didn't let him. You know what I mean? Because he was let go of the project because of his daughter. You know, I know that was one big part, but I think there was so much more behind the scenes besides that of him leaving. They just used that as one thing, a major thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. So again, we never got a chance to see the vision of Zach, and we get a chance to see that. So Tony, what are you looking forward to seeing in the Snyder panel?
Between him saying he's not using anything from the other one and bada bam bada boom, I just want to, everything was setting up for the Christian Bale bat and the Man of Steel to continue that. Things took a derail, and Affleck saved it. You know what I mean? I thought he came correct on that with the Superman movie, and then when they Justice League, it just kind of was a little off from that tone and that pace that all the other movies were kind of setting on.
Yeah,
I love the beginning of like showing a little bit of the fight scene with Zod and having all that stuff in there. I love that, when they connect everything properly. And but yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing I want to see more of the nightmare scene, like the apocalyptic Batman. That's what it's about. That was the twist where you were like, all right, I see papers floating around, so this really happened. It wasn't a dream. And where's that going to go in another film? And then you got another film that went some other way, and you're like, you watch that movie every time. You're like, God, that nightmare apocalyptic scene is just solid.
Dude,
there should be something more about that.
There's gonna be so much that you're talking about that that Snyder's gonna show. Remember, Snyder has a 4.5-hour cut. It's gonna be like today we find out if it's gonna be a series on HBO Max. There it was. I don't know why I was thinking Netflix. So HBO Max is gonna either do a 4.5-hour series, like a 30-minute episodes, or they're gonna release it as one big movie. So we're gonna find out today how that goes down.
I hope it's a two-part.
Yeah, because if it's going right to a stream, it doesn't matter. You can hit pause, go to the restroom. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the difference between cutting it into 4 pieces or keeping it all together when it's on when you can binge watch?
Drew, I heard you said you want to see a 2-parter. I would like to see them do that, or if they do a series, there's seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you could do this as a holy crap. That'd be sick if they did.
I would not want to wait any longer for this for myself.
Me too, man.
Subjectively, it's like that's why I'm kind of like, I don't care how you give it on HBO, just
baby.
Like I said, we're in that phase right now where there's nothing being released cinematically.
Yeah, it's gonna
where there's it's
gonna be crazy. Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream, start it over again, like start a brand new one. We can continue talking about it. And I'm enjoying the energy from you guys. I love it when people are excited to see a franchise, whether we've been let down or not. I got a lot of friends that have been let down in the DC world, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't want to check this bullcrap." Oh man, it's like, man, it's just a movie, man. Don't kill yourself, and let's just enjoy what they got. And people make mistakes, and people do happen to like some of these movies. I know I enjoyed all of them. I know some could be better than others. But I think DC now has a plan. And I think, like I said earlier in the first few streams, that I think Marvel's run had its big run because they had their plan. I think they're going to continue. But I think
it also has its reset time.
Yeah, I think
it's
DC
now to reset.
I think DC knows what they have with their multiverse. And now they're like, hey, you know what? We're going to give it to you. So, all right, guys.
Start a whole new story, yeah.
Yeah. So. All right, guys. Well, Tony, right there. My man, thank you. Drew, right there. We're going to see you guys back in just a second. I'm going to reset it, send you guys the new links, and let's get back on to this DC goodness. All right, everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little kid time, and I'll get back on too. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace out.
All right, man.
Cool.
Nice meeting you, man. Rock and roll.
Yep. Let's go.
Take it easy.
Welcome to the Hall of Heroes.
On August 22nd comes an unprecedented global fan event.
Hello, everybody. It's all DC all the time. DC Fandome is unlike anything you've ever seen before. I'm actually standing inside a stage that Jim Lee himself drew. How incredibly cool is that?
That's crazy, right?
This worldwide mega event is for DC fans across the globe.
Ça va, DC Fandome?
Hola, mi gente.
Guten Tag, meine Freunde.
We've got exclusive footage, insider info, the latest DC news, and huge announcements.
You know what I'm talking about.
There was no way that I could come here and not bring a look at the movie.
There's so much cool content to look at.
That was a really special episode.
Designed just for you, the absolute DC fan.
It's amazing! Whoop, whoop.
There's something that I can show you.
Exclusive content!
Stuff that seems impossible ends up becoming possible.
I am beyond excited to be sharing this moment with you guys.
Awesome.
Hang on tight, because we are about to whisk you around the DC Fandome. Are you guys ready? Let's get this thing started.
DC Fandome, Hall of Heroes. All fans welcome. 24 hours only. August 22nd. And there's only one place you can experience it, at DCFandome.com.